Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another Empties video. This time's Empties video was a little bit delayed, mainly because I didn't feel like the bin was full enough to sit down and do a video, and I still don't feel that way, but I figured that we're almost going to be done, so it's a good time to do an Empties, right? So let's get started with some of these big bottles of body lotion. I have two of my favorite Joy Intense Moisture body lotion. This is one of my absolute favorites. I have emptied countless bottles of this in this specific year, and I think from last year onwards, and I have two more basically to show you. I have one more bottle which is going to be soon empty in the next couple of weeks, so you'll probably see that in next time's empty video. But yes, this is one of my absolute favorites. It's very nice, creamy, moisturizing, non-sticky. If you have, I would say, normal to slightly dry skin, you will really like this as a body lotion. It's available on both Amazon and Nykaa, and I'll leave both the links down below. Wherever you decide to purchase it, wherever it's cheaper from, you can go ahead and do that. Also, I did not mention yet on my YouTube, or in fact anywhere, but I'm now an Amazon affiliate, so I will leave Amazon affiliate links for you, but of course, feel free to use them if you want to, and even if you don't want to, that is completely fine as well. I'll have my Amazon storefront also linked down below, because that has all the recommendations basically which I have. But yes, that is that. Okay, then we have an SPF body lotion empty. This doesn't happen all the time, but I'm trying to use up all my SPF body lotions because I've had them for a while. This is the VLCC one. It's the Detan White Glow Moisturizing Body Lotion SPF 30. I took this to me when I took this with me when I went to Goa, and that's how I used up like half of it basically. Half of it was already done, and then the remaining half is what I used over there. I lathered this on myself every single day, and not just me, but my friends also used this, and that's how we ended up emptying this one. It is not my first recommendation, I would say. I prefer more of an SPF, because even though we used this, you can still see the tan which I got basically. Like, you can see my neck is a different color, and then if I like move this aside, like this part is fairer. So basically I still got tan even after using this, which is very shocking. So yes, I don't think I will be repurchasing this. Yeah, but I am on the lookout for a good SPF body lotion, so let me know if you have any suggestions, recommendations. I don't mind trying Sunscoop, but my overall experience with Sunscoop has not been great, so that's why I'm not really that excited to try out anymore. Okay, let me share with you some more empties which are like always there in all the empties videos, like this Foxtail Daily Dew It Hydrating Cleanser, for example. This is always there in my empties. I usually go through these once in a month basically, because it lasts me about 30-ish days. This is my makeup remover of choice, because it's like a face wash consistency, but it removes all of your makeup, I would say pretty well. The only thing that it doesn't do a bang on job of removing is my liquid lipstick sometimes, and that is also only when it is the My Use cosmetic lipsticks. Those don't come off with this. For that, I'll probably use like a Garnier micellar water, like the oil infused one, but everything else this removes very well. Even eyeliner it removes very well, and I love that it's a like 2-in-1 step basically. I don't have to go in with a double cleanse. This does both the steps of the double cleanse for me in just one step. So yes, if I'm wearing makeup on a specific day, I use this. If I'm not wearing makeup, if it's just sunscreen that I'm wearing and I'm not wearing makeup on that specific day, then I will just use my regular face wash, which I use in the morning, in the evenings as well. And I have one more bottle of that, which makes sense because this is 3-month worth of empties, so clearly we should have 3 makeup removers, so that's like an apt number. Okay, we also have 2 tubes of this Chemist at Play retinol body lotion. Now I was being a little sparing with using it before I bought the backups, which I recently bought, relatively recently. I would say I bought them in June, so that's why I have only 2 empties, and I don't use this every single night. Like sometimes if I'm showering very late and I just want to quickly go to bed, like be in bed as quickly as possible, I'll skip my retinol body lotion. But if I'm showering earlier in the evening, like usually on the weekends when I go for a run and then I come back in the evening, I'll put on a retinol body lotion at that time, because I feel like the goodness is also lasting longer about 12ish hours or so. If and also if I'm tired, then I just don't want to put on any lotion, then I'll just go to bed as is. But yes, this is also something which I really love, and I have had empties of these basically in every single empties video since, I don't know, 2-3 years, I want to say, maybe approximately, not too sure. But yes, we have 2 more empties of that. Then we have a Biotique banana hair mask. Now I haven't been regular with my Biotique hair mask as of late, because usually when I am washing my hair, I am if it's like today, for example, today also I washed my hair. It's a little bit damp, but it's relatively dry, so I put it up in a clip. But on Sundays when I'm usually washing my hair, I have time that I can actually put in a hair mask, but sometimes I'm just lazy, so I don't do it. But then on like throughout the week when I'm washing my hair, I usually don't have time in the morning to put in a hair mask and then wait for like half an hour for it to soak in and then wash it off. So that is why we just have 1 empty of this, because I haven't been using it as much as I would otherwise. So that is that. Then I have 2 body wash empties. This is, I think, like a long time coming basically. The Fiamma Devils Plum Blossom and Ylang Ylang shower gel. This one lasted quite a while. It's a 500 ml size. I really like this, and it's one of my favorite, very affordable body washes out there. And then I also used up the Foxtail Aqua Plunge hydrating body wash. I liked it. I like the scent, but would I repurchase it? Probably not. I think I did mention for the other products, right? So Joy body lotion, I'll obviously be repurchasing. This one I told you I won't be repurchasing. This one should not be a surprise. Of course I'm going to repurchase it. I already have like multiple backups. This one, of course, I'll be repurchasing as well, because I have backups, but once I'm out of those backups, I'm obviously going to buy more. So those are like constants. And also the Biotique hair mask, I have a backup right now, which I'm currently, like the open one, which I have. And then once I'm done with this, I will continue repurchasing it, but I'm also trying out other hair masks. So that's that. In the body wash category, I probably won't repurchase Foxtail for sure, but this one I do see myself repurchasing, because I love this Plum Blossom and Ylang Ylang scent, and I'll probably go with this size only because it's just better, right, to have the big one. So yes, that is that. What else do we have? We have 1 Pilgrim hair growth serum, which has some hair stuck on it. Now this one obviously I've also repurchased, and I'm using it relatively consistently, but not super duper consistently. But yes, I have to be consistent with it to notice the results, in terms of like I know the progress is not very great in terms of how my receding hairline is going. I wouldn't say receding hairline, but basically because I usually have my hair up in a ponytail, that's why this region has become a little bit sparse probably. But it's also growing out, like for example, you can see like these tiny hairs over here, so it's growing back. It just needs a little bit of help of this. So yes, I'm using this, and I have backups as well, multiple backups. So I'm not going to immediately repurchase, but of course eventually I will. Then we have an underarm roll-on. This is from Chemist at Play, and I was reading what variant it is. It is the fragrance free variant, which I do like. And recently I've also been using the floral white jasmine, I think is what it's called. That specific variant I think I got it for free, because usually when Chemist at Play has their offers, they also give you free product apart from the buy one get one or buy two get two situation. So I got those for free, I'm pretty sure, and I'm currently using them and absolutely loving them. But once I'm done with those, I'll probably definitely repurchase this or the white jasmine, or maybe even both. We can just alternate with the variant, right? Like sometimes I'll use fragrance free, sometimes I'll use the white jasmine one. Something I won't repurchase is from Pilgrim. This is the 1% hyaluronic acid sunscreen gel, SPF 50. Now I was expecting this to be more similar to Dermaco because of the name resemblance, but this one is actually quite a sticky sunscreen. It doesn't have a white cast or anything, but it just has a lot of tack to it. So that's why I didn't like it as much, and I will definitely not repurchase it. And I don't mind recommending it, but I feel like there are better sunscreens out there, which is why I don't feel right recommending this. So yeah, Then we also have Aqualogica's 5 Barrier Repair Moisturizer. Now this one I really loved. I did forget to do a demo clip of this one when I had the product, so I'm a little bit sad about that, and if I do repurchase it, I will repurchase it to demo it out for you. And I could actually repurchase this in the winter time because it would make a great lightweight moisturizer for the daytime. I mean, usually in the daytime I prefer gel moisturizers, but in the winter I don't mind something which is creamy but yet lightweight. So this is not like, for example, the next moisturizer I'll talk about is this Pilgrim one right here, the 5 Ceramides Barrier Repair Moisturizer. So you can see how similar the names are, but this one is way more thinner and not as moisturizing, but it's still moisturizing. This one is way more thicker and creamier, and it lasted a very, very long time. It almost lasted 2 months, versus something like this would last me usually a month or so, maybe even 1.5 months, but this almost lasted 2 months. So a little goes a long way, and this product will also last me a very long time. So I'll probably repurchase it for the value for money aspect, because even though you're getting, say, 100 grams is not less, but the Dot & Key one now comes in 175 grams, but I feel like that will also not last as long as how long this lasted for me. So I can definitely see myself repurchasing this one. But coming back to this, I think I'll repurchase it in the winter time because it's a thinner, creamy moisturizer, if that makes any sense. So I think it will make a great daytime moisturizer at that time, and then I can also show you the texture and consistency way better. So as compared to explaining it to you, I can just demo it and show you the texture and consistency. So yes, that is my verdict on these two. Then speaking of gel moisturizers, we have Lactic Alamine's Light Moisturizing Gel. Now of course I really enjoyed this. It's like a cruelty free version of the Pond's Super Light Gel Moisturizer. It does have a fragrance to it as well, and that is, I think, probably the reason why I wouldn't repurchase it, because there are countless other products like this out there, and even though this is very, very affordable, but I still feel like I'd rather prefer something fragrance free and also something that comes in a tube versus a tub. So yes, I liked it overall. If you ask me would I recommend this, I would, if you don't mind the fragrance, and if you want something that's nice and affordable that comes with a lot of product, then I would recommend this for that. Okay, we don't have that many products left. Let me just grab everything out to show you. Okay, we have another SPF body lotion. This one I used up before I used up the VLCC one. This is Plum Body Lovin's SPF 44 Hawaiian Rumba body lotion. Now ideally this is what I would like to recommend as an SPF body lotion, but unfortunately I don't know why Plum has discontinued it. It's not available any longer on their app, and I couldn't find it on any other place online. I will check once again when I'm making this video live. If I am able to find it anywhere, I'll link it down below. Even if it's not an affiliate link, it probably won't be an affiliate link, but I'll still try and link it down below. This was so much better because it was not sticky. It takes some rubbing in that you obviously need to do because of the SPF 44, but it had a nice dry down. Like, it doesn't feel sticky at all. In fact, it dries down very, very nice and matte, I would say. So that is something that I really liked about this one. So I honestly don't know why they discontinued, because it has a great fragrance. It's a lot of fun to apply, and I actually prefer having squeezy tube SPF body lotions versus something like a pump, because usually when I'm using an SPF body lotion, I am traveling, I'm probably on vacation, and when I'm on vacation I don't want to travel with a pump bottle. I would rather have a squeezy tube, because that way it's not going to spill out or anything like that, right? So that is why. So I much rather prefer this versus the pump bottle, but unfortunately it is not available any longer, so that is really sad. Then we have this Aqualogica Bright Plus Smoothie Face Wash. This is the blueberry fragrant one that they have. Okay, what happened to this? It's got some plastic coming out of here. Okay, so basically this one was a really nice blueberry fragranced face wash, and of course I like the face wash in general, but the scent was a little bit overpowering. So if I had to compare this blueberry face wash with the one that I'm currently using, which is the Himalaya one, that's also almost out, so you'll probably see that in my next Empties video. But That one, I felt like the blueberry fragrance was not as like headache inducing, versus this one felt a little bit more potent and strong. So if I had to choose one, I would choose Himalaya. And I feel like that's also more easily available. Like for example, I can just go to like a normal store and buy that, maybe like a medical or any kind of like a, you know, supermarket, anywhere I can buy Himalaya, versus this I have to specifically buy online. And I'll usually buy it when Aqualogica has a sale going on. So I feel like because of that, I would probably not repurchase this. I would repurchase the Himalaya one instead. But if you were anyways placing an order on Aqualogica and you wanted to add in an extra product, because you know, maybe buy one get one, buy two get two, something like that, you can definitely add this and try it out if you don't mind the fragrant element of it. Okay, we have one bottle of Foxtail Vitality Retinol Night Serum. I'm surprised how we just have one bottle. I feel like we should have more, but yeah, apparently we just have one bottle. So yes, this is also something that I'm constantly, always, regularly repurchasing, and I have been doing it for years and years. So you should not be surprised that I have another empty bottle of this one. We also have a daytime serum. This is the Ceramide and Vitamin C 15% Ampoule serum from Dr. Shades. Now I liked both the 10% version and the 15% version, but I also feel like I have found other vitamin C serums which I like better, so I'll probably stick to those versus repurchasing this one. But apart from that, if you asked me, is this a good product, I would say yes. It's very nice, water based, and yeah, it was really nice and brightening as well on the skin, so I did like it. I just found there are other serums that I like better than this one. So yes, one of the serums which I liked better, and it's also a vitamin C serum, but it has alpha arbutin as well. This is Pilgrim's alpha arbutin and vitamin C brightening serum with blueberry. So apparently we have a lot of blueberry stuff in here. Now this is of course the tiny mini size which I used up. It didn't even last me an entire week, less than that, because it's just 2 ml, or is it 5 ml? I cannot see. Okay, it's 5 ml. So I used this up very quickly, but then I ended up buying the full size, which I have a bottle that I need to open. I haven't opened it yet because I'm using some other serums right now actively into my skincare routine. So once I'm done with those, then I'll open up this one and start using it. But yes, I enjoyed this, and clearly you can tell, which is why I bought the full size of it. So yes, if I had to recommend a vitamin C serum, I would recommend this, or I would recommend even the minimalist 10% vitamin C serum. I much prefer that over the Dr. Shades one. Okay, we also have another sunscreen. This is from Pilgrim. This is the 5% vitamin C brightening ultra light gel sunscreen, SPF 60, PA 4+. Now this is basically like a nice gel sunscreen. I would call it a true gel, because even though it looks creamy, but it blends on like a gel, and it's got a very nice matte, you know, like soft dry touch matte kind of texture and consistency on the skin. And I wish they did not come with it in such a small size. I wish it came in a bigger size. I would much prefer that. But yes, it's, I would say, if you're buying it at buy one get one, then it's worth the money, because otherwise this small tiny tube costs about 495 rupees, which is a lot. If you're getting 2 tubes for 495 rupees, I wouldn't quite mind it, but if it was just one, then I won't recommend it. So because I feel like the quantity is not enough and you go through it relatively quickly. So yes, if you use the right amount of sunscreen, by the way, very important to note that. But yes, I'll probably repurchase it, and it could make a good, again, vacation sunscreen as well, because it's a small tube, right? So if I'm going on a vacation for maybe a week or so, I could take this with me, and I'll probably not empty it on the vacation, but I can come back and empty it up. Or if I'm sharing my sunscreen with, like, my skincare and sunscreen with my friends or family or anything, then it would be a good option to have on hand. So yes, I could consider repurchasing it, not immediately, but eventually. Okay, we have one more sunscreen, and I'm pretty sure this is, okay, I was going to say it's the last product, but it's not the last product. We have one more product after this as well, but our second last product is Dot & Key's Mango Detan Gel Sunscreen Oil Free, SPF 50, PA 3 pluses. Now, I was very hesitant to buy this one and also the other Dot&K sunscreen which I've bought, which I haven't emptied up yet. But this one specifically I was quite hesitant to buy because I've not had a great experience with Dot&K sunscreens in the past. But this one is definitely an exception to that. It is very, very fluidy, yet gets absorbed quickly into the skin, doesn't pill. Very, very, very important, because in the past the sunscreens which I have used from Dot&K have pilled horribly on me. And this is also pretty lightweight, leaves no kind of a white cast. So overall, in general, it is a pretty good sunscreen, and that's how I used it up, because I could easily use it. It was not sticky, not heavy, went really well under my makeup. It's fragrance free as well, and it's got alpha butane and niacinamide as some supporting active ingredients with it. It says it's for oily combination, normal skin, natural finish, and it says it reduces tan. I don't think that's possible, but it will prevent you from getting tanned because it's a sunscreen. Would I repurchase it? Probably not, because I don't think it's anything different or unique or life-changing. So that's why I probably won't repurchase it. But the other sunscreen from Dot&K, which I'm currently, I have in my collection, that one I might repurchase that one. Let's see, but probably not this one. So that is that. And then our last product is this Dermaco 3% Kojic Acid Dark Spot Corrector Gel. Now this one is my best recommendation, which I recommend to every single one out there. If you tell me that you have hyperpigmentation and you're trying to get rid of it, what would I recommend? This is what I would recommend, and I have gone through multiple bottles of this so far, and I would definitely repurchase it in the future as well. But I'm currently trying out some different serums which also help with hyperpigmentation. So because I'm on that journey of trying out different stuff, I have not repurchased it yet. But in the future, do I see myself repurchasing this? Probably yes, because this is something I know is a tried and true and it works for me. So yes, apart from trying out different options, I will go back to what I know works. And yes, this is what I would recommend to everyone. If you want me to recommend one product which helps with hyperpigmentation, this is the one. Okay, that concludes our Empties video. I didn't think I have so much stuff, but now that I'm seeing everything displayed over here, we clearly have quite a bit. Let me categorize everything. So we have 2 body lotions and then 2 retinol body lotions. We have 2 body washes. I have 1 face wash, 3 makeup removers, 3 sunscreens, and I'm talking about face sunscreens. Then I have 2 SPF body lotions. This is not usually a category which we have, but this time, because we have Empties, we're going to make a new category. Then I have 2 daytime serums, and I'm not counting this tiny mini as the third, so that's why I'm saying we have 2. I have 1 hair mask, 1 retinol, 1 hair growth serum, 1 underarm roll-on, and in terms of the 2 moisturizers I have, one is a nighttime moisturizer, one is a daytime moisturizer. So yes, in total we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 and 23. We have 23 Empties in total. I think that's pretty decent for this time around, and of course I'm going to add these tallies to our yearly 2025 Empties analysis document which I have going on, in which I'm putting the data for all my Empties, and I will be doing an Empties analysis towards the end of this year as well. So stay tuned for that, and I hope that you continue to enjoy my Empties videos. You guys tell me ever so often that you like to watch these Empties videos, so I'm gonna keep doing them. I'm not stopping, because I love watching Empties, and I also love sharing my Empties with you guys to see what new we have. Of course, a lot of the products are repetitive, But apart from that, every once in a while we have certain new things that I love to share with you and tell you what I'm going to repurchase, what I'm not going to repurchase, that kind of thing. And we also, like, the makeup and perfume empties are also stocking up and stacking up. So that's what is left in this bin, which I'm not going to show you right now. I'm going to save that for the end of the year as well. So okay, I'm just blabbering at this point. I need to go. Thank you so much for watching, and I'm going to see you on my next one. Until then, bye guys. Bye bye.